Hey guys, ILene Vick here with Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, and today I'm doing part number 5 of the Selena Finished Mermaids book, and it's a continuation of working on the floor of the mermaid that's in the bathtub. As you remember, last time we colored in, we didn't color in, we drew in the hardwood floor. And we had already drawn in the candles and colored in one candle. And let me get to my page and show you what this little finished little guy looks like here. So that's the finished product that we're going after. You can see that, the floorboards. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is lay that on top of the work that I'm going to be doing the pencil work on, and that way you can take a peek at it as to what I'm going to be coloring. Alright, so tonight I'm going to be using, or today, whatever, today I'm going to be using my Polychromos pencils again, and of course if I'm going to be using something different I will always tell you. Basically I'm using a dark, a medium, and a light brown. On the light brown I'm using Polychromos number 190, which is the Venetian red. It's a really nice little color there. And the next one that I'm going to be using is number 263, which is the Caput Mortem Violet. That's this color. That's my medium color. Okay. And for my dark color, I'm going to be using my Walnut Brown, which is number 177. Again, these are all Faber-Castell Polychromos. So there you go, where are the pencils. Let me show you all three of them together. And then you can get a really good idea as to what we're going to be doing. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working, because I'm right-handed, I want to work from right to left, which will minimize the rubbing on the page that I'll be doing, because I'm right-handed, so of course it would make sense to start from the left. If you don't start from the left, fine, no biggie. I mean, you know, it happens. But it might be helpful. Alright, so let me get going on some floorboard here. And as you can see, I've already started a little bit. Alright, I've got my number 190 that I'm starting with here. And again, as I always tell you, what? Start out very lightly and work your color in. Let the pencil do the work, right? And I'm coloring in little circles. Yeah, here we go. And also I'm making it a point to not color over the pencil as much as possible. I'm paralleling the pencil because you want to maintain the integrity of the pencil line that you drew in. So I'm not just scrubbing up and down, right? And I'm very careful next to my lines of my candle that are already there. So I'm going very slowly and I'm letting the pencil do the work. Notice how I am going back and forth over the same spot until I'm satisfied with the color that I want from the pencil. Okay. Now, I don't know, I'm going to move this book up a little bit here. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole floor on this video, because I'm not sure that would be like watching paint dry. We'll see how far I get with it. Because really, basically, once I'm doing one segment of it, it applies for everything else. And I surely don't want you to be bored with my videos. So, while I'm coloring this in, I hope everybody has had a great week. Let's see, I need to change one thing. Bear with me for a moment. I can change my background. There we go. All right. Okay, so I just had to get to a harder background than the one I was on. Now I'm coloring in little teeny tiny circles. And I'm sure you remember why. We don't want any lines really showing, pencil lines. Let's see, so that's the wax, okay. And again, let your pencil do the work. And as you start to color in your floorboards, it's really going to start taking shape and starting to make the picture pop and make sense. Okay, so now I'm going to come up to the top here. And that's another thing, as you're coloring in such a way that the picture will start to make sense to you, because that will help you decide on your ultimate color. So in other words, don't just do along the bottom here. You want to do, in this case, from top to bottom so you can see how the floorboard comes in. And remember, as I'm coloring, I'm lifting my pencil. Okay, now be careful because I'm getting around a flame here. Haha, don't burn yourself. I know, bad joke. But again, that's why you love me. I'm not stuffy. Take your time. I do need to fix one thing though, because as I was making my bad joke, I colored part of the flame. See that? Oh man, you'd think I'd learn to not yak while I'm coloring, but I can't do that because I have to talk to you guys. Alright, so we fixed that. There we go. No biggie. Alright, now I've got a knot here. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my medium brown. And in small circles, I'm going to color my knot. And again, I'm not pressing hard. And I'm coloring in small circles. Now, I could color in that next part with a dark brown, but I'm just not going to do that. It's up to you whether you want to do that. That's personal preference. Okay, now watch. I'm taking this original light color and I'm going over that brown that I just put in the floor. Why? It helps blend it, make it smoother, and it makes it more integral to the color scheme. In other words, you just don't have all of a sudden this change into a different brown. Okay, so What I'm going to do now, because I kind of have a knot here, is I'm going to take my darker brown and keep going with it. And as you start to use your darker colors, be really careful. You don't want to, particularly, you don't want to press hard. And every time I lift the pencil, I'm turning it, just to remind you. Okay, now I think I'm going to quit right there, go back to my original brown, lightly go over the dark that I just put in there. Small circles on my next set here. And then of course I will continue around this area here. Now I've got another little knot, so I'm going to go ahead and put my medium pencil here. And go over it with my light brown. Now, if you don't want to go over it with the light brown again, or whatever browns you're using, if you're using the same ones I am, it's fine. Just take your blender and blend in the colors later. Okay, so I've got a knot here, so I'm going to go ahead and color this. With my light brown. Okay, isn't that looking beautiful? Now let me shift to the bottom here. There we go. All right. And little circles. And now I'm going over to the next floorboard. Meanwhile, while I'm coloring, I'm glad to say I've had a relatively quiet week. Got my coloring projects done, getting my videos done. Everybody's healthy and happy in the family. The pets are doing okay. I hope everybody's doing well as well. Let's see now. Alright, so as I'm looking up at the top, I don't have any floorboards up here because it's the base of the bathtub. I'll pull out just a little bit so you can get oriented. So I'm going to continue here. Again, don't get in a hurry. Take your time. Okay, so that's not really a knot there, so I'm going to keep that the light color. Okay, but as I look at the top here, now I've got floorboard up here. Now that's part of the bathtub, so right here is floorboard. Again, rotating my pencil. This is floorboard. Not pressing hard, remember. And guys, please contact me like you have been at my email address and let me know how these techniques are working for you. I'm pretty confident I'm telling you what I need to tell you, but if there's anything else that you need me to discuss, let me know. Let me get back to being a little close up here so you can see. Yeah, so this week has been pretty uneventful. My church, I go to Engrafted Word Church in Cookeville, Tennessee. And we just got done with our vacation Bible school. Phew, what a job. That was last, not this week, but just last week. So now we're going to have a church get-together at the community pool here in Cookeville, Tennessee. Let off a little steam, have fun. Oh, we deserve it. Kids had a great time. I had a great time. I was responsible for crafts in classes, grades 4 through 6. The kids were great. That was fun. You know me in teaching. Well worth the time and the effort. We did a space theme. Worked out really well. Our church has a really great pod school. While I'm thinking about it, here, let me show you this. I think I got one of our church cards, maybe. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's see here. So what you want to do is go to engraftedwordchurch.org and you can look for our pod school. Our pastor is recording sermons all the time. Did a really great one on Revelation. Let's see here. Yeah. Anyway, so I just thought I'd show you that real quick while I was talking about it. Oh, and here's what you want to go to. It's the podschool.org, and we've got the 145 lessons. It's got the PDF outlines. It's really, really good teachings on different topics. So I just wanted to take a second and show you that. All right, back to coloring. So I'm still working on my floorboards. And the temperature in Tennessee has been brutal. Oh, low to mid 90s, and it wasn't so much the temperature, as I was telling you the other day, it's the humidity that's causing the problem. So you slap on the air conditioning and be thankful that you even have air conditioning, because a lot of people don't. Alright, let me push out a little bit because I want to show you the top here. Alright, so I'm looking at another little knot. Alright, so now I'm going to use my darker. Again, this is my medium brown, right? I'm staying within the lines. I'm purposely not trying to color over the lines. Does it make a difference in the overall quality? I think so. And now I'm going to go back over with my lighter color. Yeah. Now I'm going to do my floorboard right next to this so I can acclimate and see where I am. And like I said, I'm going to color these floorboards about halfway across the page, and then I'm going to show you how to actually make them look like floorboards. Because right now we've just got the brown in for the color. Alright. And it's really neat when you start to get by the candles, because this is where everything's taking shape. I love watching these things unfold before me as I'm coloring them. So much fun. Alright, now I'm going to put the top again. Little teeny tiny circles when I can. Okay. I think for the time being I'm going to stop there because I want to show you how I'm going to do the floorboards now. But before I do them, I'm going to get my blender pencil. Again, you remember I'm always telling you to clean it off just before you use it, not after you use it. Alright, see all this white? So now I got to get rid of that. So with my hands straight up and down, I'm going to color or move like I'm coloring, and I'm blending in all these browns. And if you get near the edge of your paper and if you crinkle it upward, rest your hand on it. Again, parallel your lines when you can. Stay inside of your pencil lines. And this is really going to make these knots pop. Okay guys, I'm going to take a break in my videoing because you don't need to sit here watching me smooth this stuff out, so I'll be back shortly. Thank you. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and colored in the rest of the flooring so I didn't bore you to death while I was doing that. And now I'm going to show you how to add the individual lines for your planks so that they pop out. So what I'm going to do now is take my walnut brown pencil, which is my Faber-Castell course because I'm still using those. And as you can see, I went ahead and drew one line. And it's showing the crevice of the floorboard. Let me zoom in on that. We're right there. Okay, so all I did was get this turned so I can get this for you, is I went ahead with a very, very sharp tip and I followed the line very carefully of the floorboard. Now, as you do that, if you can comfortably do it, turn your pencil a little bit while you're drawing, but if not, don't worry about it. And then what I did, which is the really neat part here, well, it's all neat, is I went ahead and colored a little bit to the left of the line, just probably 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. And what that does is that gives the illusion of a rotting hole in the floorboard, or a gap. That's the cool part. So let me show this to you on a fresh line. The next line that I'm going to be doing is this one. Let me zoom out. And the thing is, this particular line does not go up to the top. So I'm just going to do, let me tilt camera down just a tad more so you can see. And right here, I'm just going to take my pencil and very, very carefully color in that darker line. Now, every time I pass over that line, number one, it gets darker, number two, it gets thicker. So that can help you determine how thick you want your line. Alright, let me go to the next one. And this one does have the top. Let's see, it's right here. Let's see where we are. Yeah, right here. Very sharp pencil. Very slowly. I'm going back and forth because I want that depth. And if you want to show an imperfection in the board, then just color a little bit to the left or the right. All of a sudden you have a nice imperfection. Cool. Alright, let me do the next one, which is going to be right here. So I'm going to follow that up. Let's see. Turning my pencil either while I'm drawing. That's pretty hard. Don't worry about that. I do it. Don't worry about it. Turn your pencil when you pick it up. And I'm going to go off to the right a little bit just to show an imperfection. And if you do it on the knot, then it's really cool. So there's that one. I'm going to sharpen my pencil again. ready to do my next floorboard, which is right here. Let me see something here. Yeah, right here. And the neat thing is, this is where the natural wiggle in your hand is going to serve you well, because it's going to make the floorboard look imperfect. Alright, so now we got the next one. And I'm going to make a nice wide gap here. And this is where your brush is really going to come in handy, because as you're coloring, sometimes the pencil flakes off. Let's see where we are. Okay, then I'm going to do the next one, which is right where this knot is. And I'm going to color to the right on top of the knot, just a little bit. Don't go in too far. And keep brushing with your brush so you can see what you're doing. Okay, let me move that over for you. My next line is here. Nothing up here. Okay, good. There's my last line. Yeah. Isn't that cool? There you go. And by the way, notice how I left this knotty part here. I even left a gap of the lighter color and then my line. So you can do stuff like that. In other words, I didn't run the dark all the way up to the edge. Alright, so let's do this side. Okay, right here. I love how this is coming out for you. Again, keep turning your pencil, especially as it's dulling. And then when you decide that your floorboards are thick enough and your cracks and crevices, then sharpen your pencil. Now, did I not tell you that this was straightforward? There's nothing exotic about it. Okay, now here's the floorboard right here. It's a little bit harder to see because we've got that knot coming in. Turning the pencil, skipping over my flame, and then coming down to the bottom. Broke my tip. That's okay. Look how cool that looks. Isn't that neat? I think I want a little darker right here, imperfection in the wood. Spread that opening a little bit by letting my pencil bleed over the edge, as I told you earlier. And again, keep using your brush so you can see what you've done. Okay, so my next one is here. And I love how this is coming up right before your eyes so you can see this and to see how straightforward it is. Yes, you can do this. I'm going to color a little over to the side and open that up. Okay, my next floorboard goes up into this candle, which is, and this is covered by the leg of the excuse me, bath, and then these candles. Gonna do a nice thin line here. So you can do thin and thick and wide. Just all sorts of neat little things. Experiment. Like I said, if you're nervous about doing this on your actual book, well, first of all, Selena Finishes gives you 2 copies of each drawing. Practice on one of them. And if you're still not sure, then make a copy of it for your own what? Personal use. Okay. And practice. Let's see. Gonna follow this up. We had a line right there. Yep. Okay, and then this is the one I did in the beginning. And now I'm over to the ones that I did as I started this video for you. So there you go. Let me pull out. And take a look. What do you think? Isn't that neat? Looks great, doesn't it? Alright, now let me find my book where I did mine earlier. See? And if you want, you can still color over it a little bit more and play around with the shading. Don't be afraid to experiment. In fact, before I end this video, let me show you a couple more things while I'm thinking about it. This is one of the natural wood lines. If you want to color that in between like this, you can do that. So in other words, in between, so it's not a knot, right? It's just 2 of my squiggle lines that I decided to go ahead and color, just for the sake of making it looking more wood. And maybe let's do this one. See? So there's little neat things you can do. Up to you. I'm here to give you the confidence to try this stuff. Okay guys, and while I'm wrapping this up, remember, please subscribe, please tell your friends, please like this video if you like it, and if it helped you. Don't forget to contact me and give me feedback, how you liked it. Let's see here. I'm going to do this one. Now, here's what I did on this one. Let me zoom in on that because that's just a neat little thing too. On this one floorboard right here, I had my squiggly lines, okay? And what I did is I started on the left side of the squiggly line, then went to the right side and went down. So, in other words, I left, see, I left that the original color and that the original color in between the 2 lines. So you can do neat stuff like that if you want. Get a little creative, you know. Like look, I'm just following the line here. And then I'm going to cross over and follow the other side. And remember, I'm still between those two lines, my squiggly lines. So see, that's how you start getting character on your floorboards. So let me pull out and you can see what I mean. It depends how plain or how decorative you want to do it. So you can have lots of fun. Don't be shy about experimenting. This area here, just for giggles and laughs, I'm going to lightly color darker. I've got my darkest pencil. I'm pressing very, very lightly, probably about a 1 or a 2. And see how I'm starting to color that in? So there's all sorts of neat little things you can do, but you've got to be willing to try. Guys, it's only coloring, you know, I mean, you know what I mean, you know I love it. But if you make a mistake, you make a mistake, so what? You can fix it. So see, there's a little bit of coloring that I added. Very lightly with my darkest color. It's on top of my lightest color. So that helps diminish the impact. But see, you can do all sorts of neat little things with like that. Alright, so again, I'm going to wrap up here. This is my longest video, but I really wanted to show you these little techniques on the floorboards. Oh gosh, here's another one I want to color while I'm talking to you. Don't be afraid to experiment. The best thing I can hear from you is when you tell me that you've gotten the courage to try stuff like this. Okay, now I'm going to wrap up. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to be doing, and then I will wrap this up, we've got 3 more things to do. I've got the hair to do to show you how to color that, the flesh, because a lot of you are having problems with that, and then I'm going to redraw in this so that it's transparent, translucent, and then I'll show you how to color this. Alright guys, this is ILene Vick for Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Again, if you like what I'm doing, please like my videos and share them and subscribe. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend and happy adult coloring. Until next time. Bye.